Greetings, everyone. I have the power! Alright. Not as cool when you're not holding a big sword in your hand. Double entendre for the win. Alright, today, we are finally going to be taking a look at something that a lot of you have been requesting a closer look at for a very, very long time. And, you know, I don't know why I put it off this long, because I agree it's long overdue, so we're going to get it done, darn it. I'm going to give you what you want. Yeah, because that's what I'm all about. Pleasing the people. Word. I don't know. Anyway, as you know, huge 80s cartoon fan, as I know many of you are as well. And one of the biggest, most popular franchises in the universe was, of course, He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Now, this is the set that a lot of He-Man fans either own or wish they owned, because this is easily the best presentation of the original 80s series that we've ever had. Now, I got to admit, when I was younger, I didn't really watch He-Man a lot. Like, I didn't go out of my way to watch it. I wasn't a huge fan of it. I just tended to watch it because all the other cartoons were over and He-Man was on, so I would watch it. But I wasn't huge into it at the time. I was into a lot of other Filmation shows. Just for whatever reason, He-Man, I don't know if it was a little bit after. Well, it wasn't really after my time. What am I talking about? I got into Transformers, which was 2 years later. I don't know what I'm talking. I'm talking out of my ass. Honestly, I don't know what it was. Just something about it just didn't grab me as much as other shows did. Yet, I'm a huge fan of stuff like Black Star and their, Filmation's versions of the Lone Ranger and Tarzan and Zorro and all their live-action stuff like Arc 2 and Space Academy and Jason of Star Command, ISIS, which the unfortunately named ISIS. Well, by today's politics and bullshit. Anyway, that's another story for another time. But, huge fan. Well, Brave Star, another big one. Flash Gordon, the list goes on and on. But He-Man, I don't know. There was just something, I just didn't really get into He-Man that much until later when I, sort of revisited it in my older, more nostalgia-oriented years and just, fell in love with it for the first time, good and proper. I mean, I'd always been familiar with it. I'd seen a lot of it when it was on, but I just didn't really go out of my way to watch. I know a lot of people were pretty hardcore fans growing up and collected the action figures and such. But for me, it was one I came to appreciate later. And one of the things that made me appreciate it was these freaking gorgeous DVD sets. I mean, these are just fantastic. And now, sadly, of course, BCI Eclipse, the company that put these out, is no longer in operation. They went belly up a few years back. If you go back to my videos from 2009, you'll see I was frantically collecting all of the BCI Eclipse Filmation stuff and some non-Filmation stuff as well before it rose quickly to collector's prices, which it did very quickly. So I grabbed whatever I could, wherever I could, whenever I could, and eventually got pretty much the entire collection. I think the only one I'm missing is Mission Magic, because that was Annetta's. She got that for herself, so I don't have that one anymore, sadly. But I have all the other ones. So anyway, I thought today we would take a look at the complete He-Man and the Masters of the Universe collection. This is the complete original series, all 130 episodes. It says it's Season 1 and 2, but much like Thundercats, it's actually Season 1, Season 2, and Season 3. They did three seasons, I believe. The latter two seasons were shorter, but equaled together another 65-episode season. So for all intents and purposes, they just call it Season 2 now. And then, of course, on the back, we have the first 4 slats of the very cool mural of the worlds of Eternia there. We're starting... Is that in the right order? No. Hold on a second. I get all jumbled up. There we go. Yeah, Castle Grayskull's together again. Yeah, so there you get the first 4 pieces of the spine art mural. Very, very cool. We'll probably take a look at that whole thing pieced together. I am missing one segment of it. because sadly the final slat of the mural was only available as the backing of a very limited edition box set version of the 3 volumes of the 2002 series. Basically, the 3 volumes of the 2002 series just in a box. But that particular box was a Best Buy exclusive, and if you didn't get it, well, too bad. And there was other versions of the box out there that didn't have the mural on the spine, so you could get just the regular box fairly easily, but the Best Buy one is the rare one. So hey, if anyone wants to send that my way, I'd be most appreciative to finally have that final piece of the mural. But honestly, I'm not expecting anyone who has it to be wanting to give it up, because that's a pretty highly sought after little piece of He-Man collector's itemness. So we'll be looking at all 4 volumes of the He-Man and the Masters of the Universe collection, and we'll also look at the Best of He-Man, which came out prior to, I guess the same time as Volume 1 of Season 1, for folks who just wanted to get kind of a flavor for it. But yeah, really cool stuff. And this intro has gone on way longer than I meant it to. Sorry, but we got a lot to cover. So just so you know, we're not going to stop at He-Man. We're actually going to go through the entire He-Man and She-Ra saga over the course of the next several closer looks. So this week, we're going to look at He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Next week, we'll look at She-Ra, Princess of Power. The following week, we'll look at the new adventures of He-Man. And then finally, we'll wrap it all up with the 2002 He-Man and the Masters of the Universe series. So, yeah, pretty cool stuff. Alrighty, so let's get to it. He-Man! Excuse me. Today on the Multimedia Chronicles. That's right. I left the sneeze in. That's just the way I roll. It's all candid and all the real deal here on the Multimedia Chronicles. Welcome back! Alright, let's not waste any time. That was a really long, rambling intro. So let's go down to the black box and get a closer look at the long out of print but still awesome BCI Eclipse set of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Alrighty, let's begin. Starting off, we have the Best of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. So this is 10 fan favorite episodes from both seasons. Well, all 3 seasons. Very nice. I don't know how well you can see this, but very nice. There you go. Nice embossed cover. So you got He-Man all bumpy, so you can fondle him all you like. The logo is embossed a little bit. And the other characters are just kind of glossy. And then the background is, of course, a matte finish as well. And it seems that mine got a little bit of damage on it. Pretty sure it came like that. Wasn't me. Kind of disappointing. You can still find this fairly cheap. The little best of collections, even though they're technically long out of print, tend not to be super expensive a lot of the time. So, as you can see, quite a nice selection of special features. So Disc 1 has 5 episodes from Season 1. Disc 2 has 5 episodes from Season 2. So what we've got here, we're just going to call it Season 2 just because that's how they're organized on the sets. So, and don't mind the fan in the background. It's really freaking hot. Summer has definitely arrived. So I'm kind of keeping the fan blowing directly on me while I'm doing this to keep the energy level up. Alright, so Disc 1, we got Evil Seed, Quest for He-Man, Prince Adam No More, Diamond Ray of Disappearance, and Teela's Quest, which of course is a pretty significant episode. And then Disc 2, we've got Into the Abyss, Teela's Triumph, To Save Skeletor, The Problem with Power, and The Origin of the Sorceress. Pretty cool there. Alright, so let's take a look here. So if we slide this bad boy open, oh, look at that. Just a big pile of info about the show. Very, very cool indeed. Lots of screenshots there. And then we got a lovely kind of, money shot of He-Man raising the sword in front of Castle Grayskull, lightning everywhere. Very, very epic. So let's open this up. It's basically just a big digipack. So we got, of course, He-Man and Skeletor. So we take a look on this side. We have He-Man for disc 1. And then on this side, we've got Skeletor for disc 2. So we got two different background pictures here. We'll just sort of pop the disc out and you can take a look at them. So there you go. Very nice. Basically the rocky road leading up to Castle Grayskull. Very nice. The packaging, like the package art on these sets, is just gorgeous. They really did a fantastic job. Now we'll take a look at this in just a moment, inserts, but we'll pop this disc out as well and take a look. And we got, you know, again, sort of the path leading to Snake Mountain. And there you go. So very, very cool. Very nice set indeed. Now, of course, we do have an insert booklet, which has... this is just a breakdown of the extras on there. Quite nice. And then inside we've just got episode summaries, just to give you a little blurb about each episode. Actually, very nice, very thorough episode summaries, so quite nice indeed. Now, this is one of the big reasons a lot of people like to get the BCI Eclipse sets. Let's just close this up and we'll give these good proper attention here. There we go. We're going to zoom right in here. We have art cards. Yes, each one of these sets contains 2 art cards. And the only way to get this one and the other one I'm about to show you is to get the best of set. So there's your incentive to get the best of set, even if you have the season sets. And then on the back, this particular one is by Bruce Timm, Mr. Batman the Animated Series and DC Universe awesome animatedness himself. So you can see the original pencil sketch there. Picture of Mr. Timm and a little blurb just about stuff that he's done over the years. Yeah, you can actually pause that and read it for yourself. So there you go. So that's Bruce Timm's take on He-Man battling Skeletor. Very, very nice. And then here we have, we'll just pull back a little bit. Here we have a very nice painted rendition of the Sorceress with He-Man in the background. And if we take a look on the back, this is by Adam Hughes. And you'll notice that these are all numbered as well. So the first one was 1 of 16. This is 2 of 16. So yes, there are 16 art cards to be found for this entire collection. And yes, you need all of the He-Man sets in order to get them all. So let's just pull back a bit again. We're going to be zooming in and out a lot here just because I want you to get a good, nice, high-def look at the art cards. Let's put everything back in there. Very, very nice. This is going to be a long one. There's a lot to go through, obviously. So, and then just folds up nicely. Very tidy digipack. And then in we go. So there you go. So that's the best of He-Man collection. Very, very nice. Then we get into the series proper with Season 1, Volume 1. Now, one thing I should mention, when this set was originally released, there was an issue with the packaging. The disc hubs that would hold the discs had a little, like, I don't know, jabby thing of plastic sticking up. So if you rotated the discs at all, you would scratch them. Yeah, so that, needless to say, that was recalled very, very quickly. Don't consider that a collector's item or anything. That is just the garbage version of the set because it destroys your discs. Then it was re-released shortly thereafter with a sticker on the back, which this one does not have. But this is the re-released version. There's no question about that because it does not have that sticky-uppy thing. So to distinguish it on the shelf when it was originally re-released, that little sticker on there of Orko, and it said Orko approved. So Orko approved meant it was the better non-disc damaging packaging. So very cool. So of course we have the first piece of the spine mural, and then on the other side we just have Skeletor with the He-Man logo, and there you go. So if we slide this bad boy out, oh, I should mention also this is also embossed. You can see there basically the logo, the Season 1. And of course He-Man is all bumpy there again, and the logo's all bumpy. The lightning is ever so slightly glossy, just very, very slightly, and the rest is all matte in the background, so that's pretty cool. So very, very nice. Oh, I just realized I didn't even tell you what extras are on here. Sorry. Special features for the Best of set. We've got 2 brand new documentary features bringing viewers a comprehensive look inside the groundbreaking action-adventure series featuring interviews with the show's producer, artists, writers, fans, and more. Combined runtime approximately 70 minutes. And you got the art cards, of course, trivia and fun facts about the creation of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, trailers for upcoming He-Man releases, and a DVD-ROM feature. You get actually the full scripts for selected episodes, so that's pretty cool. So that's the extras that are on the best of set. Now let's carry on to, sorry about all the noise there, carry on to the actual season set. So on the spine, on the inside of the Digipack, you got Season 1, Volume 1. We got this lovely picture of He-Man having the power. And then on the back, we've got, well, Orko hugging He-Man. And we get this throughout, actually, little quotes from the episodes. And it tells you what episode's from as well, which is pretty cool. And then here we got some more shots and some more quotes. And then if we open this way, yeah, you can see we got, really beautiful images as well. I don't know how they got such beautiful screenshots, or if they somehow found some of the original animation elements, or if they just redrew them. Whatever the case may be, this artwork is gorgeous. So there we go. So if we open this up, just spin them around, not damaging them because this is the Orko approved edition. There we go. You can see that the artwork does continue onto the sorry, this is really massive, onto the back. So if we actually pop the disc out, you can see we get the full artwork there. So that's pretty cool. This is I don't know, his facial expression is basically the same. So there you go. And then Orko on the back. And I noticed the backgrounds are different though. So the characters are the same, but the backgrounds are different. So then if we slide this over here, take Tila off, and there we go. So I guess hold on, I'm gonna be really thorough here. We're gonna take a look. It's obviously it's a big mural on the back, so we'll take a look at this here. So you get this huge mural there, very nice. And then it continues. Actually, no, it doesn't continue. It's a separate mural. So you got heroes on one side, villains on the other. Art card and insert there. We'll look at that in a moment. So here we've got Beastman, of course, and we'll take that off so we can get a look at that mural. And then spilling onto the floor. And then we got Evil Lyn and Skeletor. My knowledge of the characters is going to wane as we get later into the series because I have not actually seen all of them. I've mostly just seen the first season. I haven't seen much of the second season, so or maybe I have. Honestly, I don't remember. It's been so long since I watched it that I don't remember what I have or haven't seen. So there you go. So there's the and there's the bad guys mural. So you got the 3 principal villains. So we're just going to put all the discs back in. The hubs are nice and snug, not difficult to get them out at all. It's not like those sort of snapper hubs. It's just a standard little, push it down and it comes out hub. I don't know what the technical term is for that. Yeah, this is going to be a long one because we're being this thorough. We're already at like almost 15 minutes and we've only covered Season 1, Part 1. So, there you go. So, once again, we have a lovely insert book. Very nice, loaded with info. Just a little blurb about the best of. And they actually were releasing these on the PSP as well. So, there was UMD versions of some of them. I think only the best of, though. I don't know if they did the whole season sets there. So, breakdown of special features, we'll cover in a minute. And then here you got full episode breakdowns for every episode on every disc. Pretty cool. Full page for each disc. And yeah, it's just fantastic. Fantastic. And then what's this about these DVDs? Oh yeah, one thing they did do, BCI, bless them, presented them all in story continuity order. So yeah, you may not realize this, but there actually was a continuity to a lot of the He-Man stuff. So which is why they give you the production numbers as well. So you'll notice that MU-004 occurs before MU-001. So the story continuity order is slightly different from production and broadcast order. but it is generally considered the optimal way to watch the show. So let's see. So here we have art card number 3. Zoom in there. There we go. So art card number 3, and you won't believe who this is by. Beautiful pencil rendering of characters in battle. This is by Mr. Alex Ross, superhero artist extraordinaire. Very cool. It's kind of interesting to me. He usually does these beautiful, like, super realistic paintings, but in this case he decided to do it as a detailed pencil rendering. But very, very cool. Like, a lot of detail in there. Always loved Alex Ross's artwork. Check out Marvels and Kingdom Come and stuff like that if you want to see some really good, some really good superhero stories, but also with some fantastic artwork. So there you get a look at Mr. Ross himself, an early version of the drawing, and then, of course, a little blurb about him there. And then here we have an art card by one of my favorite 80s artists, Bill Sienkiewicz, with a really cool stylized... I always liked his style of artwork. It's just completely different from any other artist in existence. He did some really cool stuff in the 80s, like with... he was the primary artist on the New Mutants for a while, and and did his own book called Stray Toasters, and just some really, really crazy artwork. Did some really cool covers for ROM Space Knight too, actually. Love ROM Space Knight. Anyway, so here we got Skeletor and Evil Lyn, and his cat, I can't remember. Panthro! No, wait a minute. I can't. Yeah, I suck at Master of the Universe characters. I'm so sorry, Master of the Universe hardcore fans who may be watching. But here we go. So we got, of course, we're up to number 4 of 16. There's his basic sketch. There's the man himself and a blurb about him. Yeah, so stuff like Elektra Assassin, Daredevil, Wolverine, and just a whole bunch of other ones. It mentions Straight Toasters there. I have the first couple issues of Straight Toasters. I never actually got the rest of it. It's really weird. It's like if David Lynch did a comic book, you know. Okay, so we'll just put all this back together here. Gotta find the sleeve. Oh, there we go. That's kind of cool. Gargoyle dude. So they go into the pocket quite nicely. I know some a lot of DVD cases and such have, you know, the way the pockets are glued on there. They make it very difficult to get the things because there's like a little lip inside that keeps catching on everything. Not so with these. They just go in and out really painlessly. Just, you know, they actually put some thought into the design of these massive digipacks, and I definitely got to give them kudos for that, because they work very, very nicely indeed. So just slide that back in there, and there is Season 1, Volume 1. Okay, and here we go. Now, continuing on with starting with the heroes and continuing with the villains theme, we have Season 1, Volume 2, which of course features everybody's favorite cackling skeletal warrior guy, Skeletor. And once again, this is very nicely embossed, all nice and bumpy. You can see even like the 3D-ness of the logo is embossed there, and very cool. And once again, very slightly slightly glossy lightning, and then matte background. And then on the spine we have He-Man. So like the other one had Skeletor, this one has He-Man. So very cool in hot pink. Got another piece of the mural there, and then on the back we got all kinds of stuff. And I just realized I completely forgot to do the special features again, didn't I? Let's take a look at the special features. Sorry, for Season 1, Volume 1. We have 2 brand new documentary features bringing viewers a comprehensive look inside the creation of this landmark children's animation program, including interviews with the producers, writers, director, experts, and more. The Secret Origins of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, and The Stories of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Combined documentary runtime approximately 50 minutes. Of course, have the art cards, full-length animated storyboard with interactive episode comparison for episode number 30, The Taking of Grayskull, 50 detailed profiles of various characters, creatures, and artifacts, fun trivia facts, 5 complete episode scripts in DVD-ROM format, and we get both the English and Spanish language audio tracks for all 33 episodes. No mention of subtitles. I honestly have no idea if there are subtitles on these. Sorry. No clue. But, yeah, it doesn't say. Anyway, So here we go with Season 1, Volume 2. I'll do the extras now so I don't forget. So let's see what we got here. So we have 2 brand new documentary features, blah, 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 blah. We got the stories of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, and He-Man invades the San Diego Comic-Con. So I'm assuming that may be the same special feature, like the stories one that's on the first set. There is some overlap for the special features. You'll see some are repeated. I got 2 more art cards, which we'll look at in a few minutes. Full-length animated storyboard with interactive episode comparison for episode number 40, The House of Shakoti, Part 1. 50 detailed profiles of various characters, creatures, and artifacts. DVD commercial spots, so you get actual promos for the DVD sets themselves. Fun trivia facts. 5 more complete episode scripts in DVD-ROM format. And again, English and Spanish language audio tracks for all 32 episodes. So there you go. So this is the remaining 32 episodes of Season 1. So slide that out. And here we have more action and adventure shots. Really cool, power shot of Skeletor there. Very cool. So again, we got some scenes and quotes from the episodes. So we'll start on this side here. We got the king and that guy and the sorceress. So there we go. So very, very nice indeed. Don't know how well. Sorry, I keep bumping the mic. It's a massive set. It's just like spreading out all over the world here. So we're going to just take these off and set them aside so you can see the mural in the background. I like to be thorough, folks. I like to be thorough. Yeah, and you can see where the 2 murals split there. But there we go. So that... Oh, crap. Sorry. Sorry about that. Completely knocked it over. So anyway, there you go. So you get the beautiful mural featuring all the 3 characters there. Very nice indeed. So we're going to close this up, and then we'll open up the bad guy side. First off, we'll take these out, so we'll look at those in a minute. So we got the entrance to Snake Mountain there. Very cool. And we have... try to align everything here. Oh, completely spun around. And there we go. Okay. So here we go. Very cool. Very nice. You can see they overlap into the background art. So we'll just pop these off and you can take a look. Yeah, the only one of these that's Merman. I don't know. Trapjaw. I know Trapjaw. Like I said, I was never a hardcore fan of He-Man, so I'm really lacking in my knowledge. I do apologize. But whatever, we're just here to look at how cool the set is. There we go. This isn't a trivia contest. I promise I'll watch these sets and I'll get boned up on my He-Man lore, okay? Jeez. And in case you already know, I haven't sat down and watched all of these yet. I mean, it's a huge time commitment, and it's going to be a little while before I'll have that kind of time to spare. And then here, of course, we have Season 1, Volume 2 on the inside. All right, so let's take a look at the art cards and the book. All right, so first things first, we have the insert booklet, of course. Very nice. And once again, we have a couple ads for some of the other releases. We got Season 1, Volume 1, and the He-Man and She-Ra Christmas Special, which we'll talk about actually in the one where we focus on She-Ra, because that's going to be a long one to go through. So let's take a look inside. We've got all the episode breakdowns here. And like that. Get some of the, look at some of the different special features there, sort of how the storyboard comparison works and stuff like that. All right, now we get to what I know you've been waiting for. We got the art cards for this one. Check this out. That is pretty sweet. I'll just zoom in a little bit there. There we go. That is a pretty nice art card right there. That is a beautiful action-packed rendition. Actually, very reminiscent of the package art for the toys, which I always thought. I think that's what the problem I had with the show is the package art made everything look so much more badass than it actually appeared in the show. So I don't know what to tell you there. But, oh, yeah, well, there you go. So this is, Earl Norham, of course. Duh. Yeah, he did, I'm mainly familiar with his work from The Savage Sword of Conan. He did a lot of covers and even some interior art for Savage Sword. So, yeah, if anybody can do the barbarian action shots, it's Earl Norham. He's a freaking amazing artist. All right, and then next up we have number 8 of 16. This one here with Merman guy and lizard guy and Trapjaw. Oh, and Orko. There we go. Okay. And yeah, so I can just hear everybody, all the hardcore fans cringing. So sorry. Don't hate me. This is by Gilbert Hernandez, an artist I'm not overly familiar with. Oh, he did like Love and Rockets and stuff like that. Okay, yeah, I know some of those. But yeah, very, very cool. Gotta love these art cards. This is the reason why a lot of people track down these sets, is not just for the gorgeous packaging and the definitive presentation of the show, but for these art cards that you cannot get anywhere else. Alright, so now we gotta put everything back. So just put everything back into Snake Mountain there. And there we go. Damn, that one is just awesome. I love that particular one. And I realized I forgot to... What did I forget to put in? Oh, the good guys. Yeah, I forgot to put the good guys back in their respective cases. So we'll do that. We'll put King Ramses the Third. No, King Randor, isn't it? Randor! I am the king! That's totally what his voice sounds like, right? Hello, I'm the Empress. I don't know who I am, but I look badass, so don't mess with me. Alright, cool. I'm just going to play with making the fans cringe now. I'm just going to have some fun with it. So slide that back in. Oh, we're getting jammed on the cards. Hold on. There we go. Okay. All good. Alright, so carrying on. And I think we'll stop there for this week because, wow, I didn't expect this closer look to take quite as long as it seems to be taking. But hey, I got to be thorough, right? Don't want to leave anything out. Got to give you a look at everything. So, yeah, in the interest of being thorough and not having every episode of this be 3 hours long, we're gonna pause here and we'll pick up where we left off next week. So next week we'll take a closer look at both of the Season 2 sets of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Until then, we will pause and reflect on what we have seen thus far. So I'd just like to take a quick moment to thank my Patreon sponsors. Thanks, Patreon sponsors. You guys and gals are awesome. Extra special, super duper big thanks to my 2 highest level sponsors, namely, they're not nameless. They have names. I'm going to tell them right now. Namely Kyle Pellegrini and, of course, Get Your Gorgeous On, which is the awesome e-mag put together by the equally awesome duo of Michelle O'Toole and Simon Hedger. And a giant truck is roaring by. Holy crap. Yeah, I left the window open over on the patio to get some fresh air in here because it's summer and it's hot. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah, do consider becoming a Patreon sponsor because it all goes right back into the show. No amount is too big, no amount is too small. It, allows me to do equipment upgrades, do more videos on a regular basis. You probably noticed I've been cranking out videos like a mofo lately. Well, that's largely thanks to Patreon helping to make that possible. And, yeah, so thank you to all my existing sponsors, and thank you in advance to all the sponsors to come. Alrighty, that is it from me to you for now. So we'll see you next week for part 2 of the epic He-Man and the Masters of the Universe BCI Eclipse collection overview. I'll find a shorter way to put that in the title. Yeah, so until then, thanks for watching, and sayonara. No, that wasn't real. God. People are so easily fooled. Played the citizens of YouTube like a harp from hell. Bonus points if you get that reference. Alright. Gotta grab some Man of He-Man. And the Bastards of the Universe. Oh, yeah. Then we get into the series proper with Season 1, Volume 1. Then we get into the